I say, how was everybody doing? This has kind of been on my mind because this has been relevant lately. It's been going around. We're still on this, tit for tat, this immigrant thing against, black, so-called black Americans, the indigenous of this land. And we are indigenous of the Americas. I like to reiterate that. Like I said, me speaking personally, my father Seminole Indian, my mother Afro Indigenous Latina of the Americas. So, I'm from here, and like many others, they are indigenous, of this land, Indian of this, they're the Indians. But the point I'm trying to make is, I seen a video earlier of an older African immigrant. Everybody was calling her auntie, and she spoke on, the disrespect that we've been getting. First it was from the Latin community. It's coming from the so-called natives who say they are originally from Islam, and now it's coming from Africans. I believe it's a play. I believe it's a setup for a conquer and divide tactic, but I could be wrong. It could be just out of pure anger and, spiteful, but, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this one time and one time only. We need to leave each other alone, stay focused, stay positive, keep your dark side at attention, keep your aggression at bay, put a chain link on it, stay humble, and continue to live your life, but stay on the front line and stay alert. But live your life, continue to do what you do. Because if you think that we are the minority, you're wrong. You're wrong. We're not the minority. And if it was to ever go down, I'm talking about really kick off, go down. Because that's how angry we are. And that's what that lady spoke on too. She spoke on our anger and how angry we are, because from generation they stole from us. They've, taken our identity, and they kept their foot on our neck, and everybody else benefited from that. And we have a right to be upset. But if it was to ever go down right now, and I'm talking about not boycotts, I'm talking about kick this shit off. With the anger that we got built up, the communities we have, from all the way from California to the Bay, all the way to Texas, Florida to Florida, wrap it around New York, go all the way up, back around, Atlanta, kick it all the way, keep going, then come back to California. Hey, check it out. If it went down in every community and everybody wanted to kick this thing off, they ain't got nothing coming. Nothing coming. It'd be brutal. And believe you me, just like in every revolution, there's been people that went with us, not against us. So you'll be outnumbered by us and those who don't want to oppose us. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? You know who we are in battle. You've seen it from generation to generation, millennia to millennia. You know how we are strategically, psychologically, physically. You know what I'm saying? And we know I don't think you want to be a part of the outcome of that. And I'm just being honest. It's not being boastful. I'm not being ignorant. I'm not being prideful. I'm stating facts. Facts. And we are gifted, we're talented, and intelligent. But add anger on top of that. You know, add frustration on top of that and see what you'll get. And it doesn't look pretty. So I just want to put that out there like that. I don't have nothing against Africans. I had friends that was African, but I'm not, we just have, that's it. We just, we are connected by, skin tone. That's it. We have no qualms with the Latino community, because if you look at if you want to talk about, Southern America, you know what I'm saying, and Central America, we don't never see any of our dark-skinned Afro-Latinos. We don't see them because they keep them covered. They keep them buried. We don't see them. So, and they haven't said anything. They're the only ones who ain't talking. They're not saying shit. They in the background, just like many of us aren't saying shit until this shit go down for real. Because if you think they won't be standing up and putting their boots on, you're sadly mistaken. They just back in the background waiting, just like any other. Just in the background waiting. I don't have anything against any, because like I said, I'm, that's family. So, I have nothing against Latinos. That's family. The natives, I ain't got nothing against you, but you can't tell me who I am, and you can't tell me where I came from. You just can't, bro. For one, I got evidence, but I don't need to pull out no paperwork and certificates and pictures to show you. I'm telling you who I am. I'm from this soil. My family is traced from this soil, all the way back like a Cadillac on 4 flats. So you can't tell me shit. You can try, because you're frustrated, you're irritated about whatever the scenario is. That's not my problem. My lineage has been here. Been here. And I've never been told that my family was slaves. Never been. My father's father, like I said, he's the youngest of 7 children. Was born in 1920. He was born in 1924. He's the youngest of 7 children. So, and I met my greats, a couple of them. So you mean to tell me ain't none of them mention that? None of them? That means they were born in the 1800s. Run it. My mother's father, Peter Garcia, looks just like, you would thought he looked just like the dude off the young black man from who was in that new Interview with the Vampire. He looks like Mos Def. The dude, the rapper Mos Def, curly hair, but a little, browner complexion. Look just like him. Fought in the military out in America. He's been here, born and raised in here, Chicago, Illinois. And my mother was born in 1942. My father born in 1949. Excuse me. My father born in 1942. My mother born in 1949. They been here. So imagine they parents who were born in the 1920s, and then their lineage before that. Come on now. And I got facts, I got proof, but that's neither here or there. My point was being, if it went down, I don't think people will want it to go down, because we got weapons, we got hoods, you know what I'm saying, and we got people, we got anger. And then a lot of people, especially my Latin brothers, know the truth. They know it. They ain't not showing them. They showing, they showing other Latinos that are upset and frustrated. But they not showing motherfuckers who know the truth. So I'm saying this one time and one time only. I love you. And I think it would be right for everybody to stay calm, cool, and collected. Peace to God.